Toyota just dropped a bomb on the auto world. The CEO has officially revealed the 2026 Toyota Stout, and it's nothing like we expected. Compact truck? Check. Hybrid powertrain? Maybe. But there's one twist that absolutely no one saw coming, and it's sending shockwaves through the entire industry. Is Toyota about to redefine the small truck game again like they did in the 60s? Let's dive in, because this reveal changes everything. Toyota's comeback king, the Stout 2026. In a moment that stunned automotive journalists and fans alike, Toyota CEO took the stage at a Tokyo event and uttered words no one expected to hear. Ladies and gentlemen, the Toyota Stout is back. A hush fell over the room, followed by an eruption of applause. But it wasn't just the nostalgic nameplate that sent shockwaves through the industry. It was everything that came with it. The bold new design, the surprising engine choices, and a direct challenge to the likes of Ford, Hyundai, and even Tesla. The 2026 Toyota Stout isn't just a truck, it's a statement. One that Toyota is here to disrupt, dominate, and redefine the compact pickup segment. To understand why this matters so much, we have to rewind the clock. The original Toyota Stout was introduced in the early 1960s, a boxy, utilitarian little truck that became a staple in work fleets and small businesses across Asia, Australia, and parts of the US. It was affordable, rugged, and reliable. Everything Toyota would eventually become famous for. But after a few decades, the Stout quietly disappeared, replaced by more modern models like the Hilux and Tacoma. For years, the name lay dormant, remembered only by die-hard Toyota historians. Until now, the 2026 Stout is not just a rebadge of an old workhorse. It's a completely reimagined platform. Toyota made it clear, this isn't a nostalgic cash grab. It's the answer to a growing demand for affordable, fuel-efficient, and versatile trucks that don't require full-size bulk or price tags. With the explosion of interest in compact pickups, largely thanks to the Ford Maverick's unexpected success, Toyota saw its opening. And they didn't just take notes. They studied the market, waited patiently, and then dropped something that could change the game entirely. The design of a new Stout is turning heads. It carries Toyota's new design language, aggressive yet approachable. A bold front fascia with C-shaped LED headlights, a muscular but compact profile, and flared fenders that give it a more off-road ready stance than its competitors. At first glance, it looks like a baby Tacoma, but this is no scaled-down imitation. It has its own unique identity, perfectly blending utility with urban drivability. Toyota wanted this truck to look just as good parked in front of a trendy downtown coffee shop as it would load it up with gear in a national park, and they nailed it. But the real surprise? What's under the hood? According to Toyota executives, the Stout will launch with multiple powertrain options, including a highly efficient 2.5L hybrid setup, likely derived from the RAV4 hybrid, offering over 40 mpg in city driving. That's unheard of for a pickup truck. For those wanting more punch, a turbocharged 2.4L four-cylinder may be on the table, delivering nearly 275 horsepower, possibly with all-wheel drive. And yes, there's already buzz about an EV version being quietly tested, targeting a late 2027 release. Toyota has long been cautious about fully electric platforms, but the Stout may be its next big step into the EV arena. Now, what's really shocking automakers and analysts isn't just the specs, it's the strategy. Toyota is reportedly aiming for a starting price under $25,000. If that holds true, it would undercut nearly every other competitor in the segment, including the Ford Maverick and Hyundai Santa Cruz. And it's not just cheap for the sake of being cheap. Toyota promises that even the base model will include modern tech like a digital dash, Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, wireless Apple CarPlay / Android Auto, and advanced driver assistance features. This is the first time we're seeing a compact truck built for modern sensibilities, combining the best of SUV tech, city maneuverability, and truck utility. And make no mistake, the competition is watching. Ford has had a comfortable lead with the Maverick, but Toyota's entry immediately disrupts the landscape. Hyundai's Santa Cruz leans more crossover than truck, and while it offers luxury trims, it can't match Toyota's pricing power or global dealer network. General Motors has nothing in this space, yet, and Tesla's long-rumored compact Cybertruck alternative still seems years away. With the Stout, Toyota is stepping into a vacuum and planting its flag. Not just with a truck, but with a clear message. We're back, and we're not playing it safe. But this also signals a deeper shift inside Toyota. For years, the brand has been criticized for being too cautious, too conservative, slow to adopt electrification, hesitant to take design risks, and too focused on its cash cows like the Camry, Corolla, and Tacoma. But the Stout shows something different: boldness. It's targeting a new generation of buyers, young professionals, urban dwellers, and outdoor enthusiasts who want capability without compromise. Toyota isn't just building a truck here. It's building a lifestyle vehicle for the modern era. As pre-orders begin to open and dealership deliveries are expected to start by late 2025, the buzz around the Stout is only growing. Social media is ablaze with early reviews, leaked trim packages, and speculation about limited edition variants. If Toyota plays its cards right, and the quality lives up to the promise, the 2026 Stout could become one of the most important vehicles the company has launched in over a decade. In a world where trucks have become either too big, too expensive, or too bland, Toyota may have found a sweet spot with the Stout. It's compact, clever, and courageous. And just like its name suggests, it's sturdy, reliable, and ready to take on giants. The comeback king has arrived. But even with the official reveal still echoing through the industry, what's really sparking fire behind the scenes are the leaks, the early insider reports, patent filings, and supply chain whispers that suggest the 2026 Toyota Stout is far more than just a cool compact truck revival. Because under the surface, Toyota appears to be playing a long game, and the Stout may very well be their secret weapon. A strategic Trojan horse built not just to reclaim market share, but to reshape how we think about affordable utility vehicles in the post-EV revolution era. Let's start with the leaks, and we're not talking grainy spy shots here. Internal documents uncovered by industry insiders point to a highly modular platform, based on a modified version of Toyota's TNGA architecture, the same platform that underpins the RAV4, Corolla Cross, and even the Prius. This means a lower cost of production, streamlined manufacturing across global plants, and lightning-fast adaptability to new powertrains. More importantly, it sets the stage for the Stout to potentially offer multiple drivetrains on the same body: traditional ICE, hybrid, and full battery electric, something no direct competitor is currently doing in the compact truck space. According to one leaked spec sheet circulating within Toyota's North American supplier network, the Stout will launch with a 2.5L hybrid engine, possibly lifted straight from the RAV4 hybrid. That alone could push the truck past 40 mpg in city driving, a staggering figure for anything with a bed and four wheels. But what's even more intriguing is the mention of a turbocharged 2.4L variant, delivering up to 275 horsepower and 317 lb-ft of torque, figures that would place the Stout above the Maverick EcoBoost in terms of raw performance. And yes, there's already talk of an AWD option with Toyota's E4 system, blending electric torque with mechanical grip for serious traction on trails or snowy roads. Digging deeper into the leaked dealer training material, there's also evidence of a fully electric Stout prototype, currently undergoing range testing in Arizona and Thailand. If confirmed, this electric version could arrive by late 2027, with a dual motor setup and a targeted range of over 300 miles. This wouldn't just be a compliance EV. This would be Toyota finally planting a flag in Tesla's backyard. And based on Toyota's massive battery investments in North Carolina and Japan, they clearly aren't entering the EV fight unprepared. But this isn't just about specs, it's about strategy. And Toyota's timing here is brutal in the best way. Ford's Maverick is still enjoying success, but supply issues and dealer markups have hurt its accessibility. Hyundai's Santa Cruz remains niche. Meanwhile, GM and Stellantis are MIA in this space, and Tesla is too focused on the Cybertruck's ramp-up to compete in compact pickups. That leaves a sweet spot. Avoid Toyota is clearly aiming to dominate. And here's where it gets even more tactical. Leaked marketing slides indicate Toyota is targeting a young, first-time buyer demographic, especially those in urban and suburban settings who want versatility without the cost or footprint of a full-size truck. Think apartment dwellers who mountain bike on the weekends, small business owners, mobile service pros, and even outdoor content creators. Toyota is reportedly partnering with adventure gear brands to market the Stout as a functional freedom platform, not just a vehicle, but a lifestyle extension. Roof rack accessories, integrated solar charging panels, collapsible workstations. These aren't just aftermarket options. They're being teased as factory packages. And let's not ignore the economics. If Toyota pulls off the rumored $25,000 starting price, possibly after federal hybrid or EV incentives, this could reset buyer expectations across the board. One Toyota insider even hinted that the company is willing to eat margins on the Stout's base trims in order to flood the market and build brand loyalty. Why? Because Toyota knows the lifetime value of a loyal truck buyer, someone who might start with a Stout and graduate into a Tacoma or Tundra later. This is long-term chess, not checkers. Already, the leaks have caused ripples across boardrooms. Ford is rumored to be accelerating its Maverick refresh. Hyundai is reportedly debating a hybrid Santa Cruz variant, and whispers from GM suggest that a compact EV truck codenamed Project Arrow is being reconsidered for earlier development. Toyota's move didn't just surprise people, it pressured everyone. And the dealership response? Let's just say phones are ringing off the hook. Despite the official launch being months away, Toyota dealerships in the US and Canada have reported an overwhelming number of inquiries. Some locations are even compiling informal pre-order waitlists, a rarity for a truck that isn't even in showrooms yet. The hype is real, and for Toyota, it's strategic hype. In short, while the reveal of the 2026 Toyota Stout was dramatic, the real story is what's happening beneath the surface. Leaked specs, insider documents, and early production insights paint a picture of a vehicle that's not just new, it's disruptive. Toyota is positioning the Stout as a precision strike, affordable, adaptable, and aggressive. And if even half of these leaks prove accurate, the compact truck market and the industry at large is about to experience a major shakeup. The $25,000 truck that could end the Ford Maverick. For the last few years, the Ford Maverick has reigned supreme in the compact pickup space, practically unchallenged. Its combination of fuel economy, smart utility, and a starting price around $24,000 turned it into an overnight sensation. Even Ford didn't expect the demand. But now, a powerful new rival has entered the ring, and it's coming from a nameplate few expected to rise from the ashes, the Toyota Stout 2026. With a rumored starting price of just $25,000, Toyota isn't just aiming to compete with the Maverick, it's aiming to dismantle its dominance. Let's break this down. The Maverick earned its edge by offering a unibody design, standard hybrid powertrain, and a surprisingly usable 4.5-foot bed, all wrapped in a compact footprint. It was priced like a Civic, but functioned like a work truck. The result? A gold rush. But Ford struggles with production, limited hybrid availability, and dealership markups have started to dull the shine. That's where Toyota sees blood in the water. Enter the Stout 2026, and here's where things get serious. If Toyota can deliver on its promise of a sub-$25K price tag, it instantly undercuts the Maverick's hybrid trim, which often sells far above MSRP in practice. But more importantly, Toyota may offer more standard tech, more drivetrain options, and more flexibility right out of the gate. Leaked reports suggest even the base model Stout could include Toyota Safety Sense 3.0, wireless Apple CarPlay, and a digital gauge cluster, features that are either optional or absent on the Maverick's entry-level XL trim. And while Ford was first to market with a hybrid compact truck, Toyota isn't playing catch-up. It's leaning into its global hybrid dominance. The 2.5L hybrid engine plan for the Stout has already proven itself in the RAV4, Camry, and even the Sienna. It's reliable, efficient, and extremely cost-effective for Toyota to produce at scale. Early estimates suggest up to 42 mpg city, beating the Maverick Hybrid's 40 mpg rating. And that could be a major selling point as fuel prices remain unpredictable. And let's not forget Toyota's ace, unrivaled reliability. For many buyers, especially those in trades or rural areas, Toyota's bulletproof reputation trumps clever marketing. But what truly separates the Stout from the Maverick isn't just performance. It's versatility and ambition. While Ford focused on capturing budget-conscious buyers, Toyota seems to be chasing a broader spectrum. Leaks hint at multiple trim levels, including a rugged off-road version with all-terrain tires, increased ground clearance, and the E4 AWD system. Features Ford doesn't offer in the Maverick unless you opt for the turbocharged AWD variant and pay a hefty premium. In addition, Toyota is expected to offer a more modular bed system, with integrated rails, power outlets, and accessory mounts as standard on mid-level trims. Think of it as a scaled-down version of what you'd find on a Tacoma TRD Pro, but at half the price. This appeals not only to tradespeople, but also to weekend adventurers, van life converts, and DIY builders, audiences that are currently underserved in the compact truck segment. Perhaps the biggest wildcard, however, is availability and dealer support. For Ford has faced serious delays in Maverick hybrid production and has often prioritized higher-margin trims. Toyota, on the other hand, has a massive global production capacity and a track record of rolling out volume models quickly and efficiently. If Toyota can scale Stout production across plants in Mexico, Thailand, or even the US, it could flood the market in a way Ford simply can't match right now. And then there's the emotional appeal, something often overlooked in budget trucks. The Maverick's design is utilitarian, even a bit quirky. But the Stout is shaping up to be bold, athletic, and aspirational. It looks like a truck. It feels like a truck. And most importantly, it drives home Toyota's long-lost identity as a brand that builds not just appliances, but machines people fall in love with. The original Stout had soul. The 2026 version might have swagger. So what does this mean for the Ford Maverick? In simple terms, it's now in real danger of becoming a stepping stone, not a standard. If Toyota plays this right, by pricing it aggressively, loading it with value, and keeping dealer markups in check, the Stout could steal Ford's thunder with shocking speed. Buyers have been stuck on Maverick waitlists for months or priced out of their desired trims. Now have a compelling alternative. And that's before Toyota even launches the rumored all-electric Stout, which could drop a second hammer on the market just 2 years later. Ford started this fire. Toyota just threw gasoline on it. And in a world where affordable trucks are rare, consumer trust is gold, and fuel economy is king, the Stout isn't just another option. It might be the new benchmark. The revival of a legend, Toyota Stout, is back. To truly grasp the impact of the 2026 Toyota Stout, you have to go back to where it all began. A time when the Toyota name was still carving its place in global markets, and the idea of a small, efficient, do-it-all truck was more novelty than necessity. The original Toyota Stout, first introduced in 1954 in Japan and making its way to North America in the early 1960s, wasn't just a product, it was a symbol. It represented a turning point in automotive history when Japan's quiet auto giant dared to take on American pickups with a smaller, smarter, more reliable alternative. While most people today remember the Hilux or the Tacoma, the Stout was the true pioneer of Toyota's global truck legacy. It was built tough, no-nonsense, and absurdly dependable, a rugged little hauler that didn't need to shout to get the job done. Farmers, shopkeepers, and tradesmen embraced it for its practicality. And though it never sold in massive numbers in the US, the Stout quietly laid the groundwork for what would become one of the most respected truck lineups in the world. For decades, the Stout's spirit lingered in the DNA of the vehicles that followed it. But then it disappeared. No refresh, no relaunch. It simply faded into the archives of Toyota history. Until now, with the 2026 revival, Toyota isn't just bringing back a badge, it's resurrecting a philosophy. A belief that trucks don't need to be massive to be meaningful. That utility can be affordable. That toughness can come in compact packages. The new Stout is a tribute to the original. Not in looks necessarily, but in purpose. It exists to fill the void left by modern pickups that have grown too large, too expensive, and too complex for everyday users. This is Toyota saying, let's go back to basics, but make it smarter, cleaner, and future-ready. And they're not just banking on nostalgia to sell this truck. Toyota has infused the new Stout with a modern identity that reflects the original's work ethic while embracing a sleek, urban meets outdoor aesthetic. In leaked internal documents, designers referenced the Stout's utilitarian roots when shaping the body. Squared-off lines for visibility, a strong belt line for protection, and rear taillights inspired by vintage Toyota trucks. Even the model's font, that clean, bold Stout badge on the tailgate, pays homage to its mid-century origins. This isn't retro for retro's sake. It's honor without imitation. What makes this revival even more powerful is the timing. The modern truck market is bloated, both in terms of size and price. Full-size pickups now routinely cost $50,000 to $70,000. Even mid-size offerings like the Tacoma or Ranger push into the high 30s before options. Meanwhile, millions of drivers, from city dwellers to rural tradespeople, are crying out for something simpler, smarter, and more economical. That's exactly what the original Stout offered in its day, and that's exactly what the 2026 version is bringing back to life. But this isn't a case of build it cheap and hope it sells. Toyota knows the expectations are higher now. Consumers want capability and comfort. They want the reliability of yesteryear, but they also want wireless charging, blind spot monitoring, and hybrid mileage. And that's what makes the new Stout so remarkable. it delivers on all fronts. With Toyota's latest tech platform, advanced driver assistance features, and a hybrid drivetrain that rivals sedans in fuel economy, it's clear this truck was built for the modern world, not just to cash in on a name. The symbolism of reviving the Stout in 2026 goes even deeper when you consider where Toyota is today. Once a company seen as ultra-conservative and cautious, Toyota is now repositioning itself as a bold, calculated disruptor. The GR Corolla shocked the hot hatch world. The Prius was reborn with stunning design. And now, the Stout is their next curveball. Not flashy, not loud, but incredibly strategic. A truck that pulls on heritage while paving a new path. For older Toyota fans, this is a return to form. For younger buyers, it's a chance to discover something new. A vehicle with authenticity, history, and purpose. And that's rare today. In a landscape filled with crossovers pretending to be trucks, the Stout doesn't pretend. It doesn't posture. It simply shows up, ready to work, ready to adventure, ready to change the game. So when Toyota CEO Koji Sato stood on stage and announced, the Stout is back, it wasn't just an unveiling, it was a moment. A revival. A reawakening of one of Toyota's most understated but foundational vehicles. And based on everything we've seen so far, the 2026 Toyota Stout isn't just coming back for nostalgia. It's coming back to lead.